Hello. Welcome, YouTube people. I am Jess, I'm the Lightheart Alchemist, and we're going to do another Enneagram video today. Might get some minimal editing in there, just because, I don't want to be too messy about it. So a big part of the Enneagram are these things called triads, where there are 9 types, and you divide them by 3, and each, group of 3 has qualities that are similar, that they share in common. So the main one that is talked about for the most part is the centers of intelligence. So the heart center, the head center, and the gut center, gut or body. And I'm just gonna do a quick review of these centers and what that's all about. So here we go. Starting with the heart center, it's going to be types 2, 3, and 4. So they struggle with shame. Head types struggle with fear and anxiety. Gut types struggle with anger. Heart types struggle with shame. They are known as image types. They put a lot of stock in their image and the image that they are putting out for people. They like to cultivate an emotional landscape.
My experience with you fours has helped me understand that what heart types are doing is fabricating an emotional landscape. And I don't know
Say
if that
more
makes
about what that means.
Yeah.
so I recognized that, like, when something happens, like an emergency happens, I call one of you guys or one of my friends, and if I'm talking about it, I'm going to go through, like, this is what happened. And I'm coming from the moving center. I'm going to explain, like, sort of the events and what needs to happen next. And I recognize that,
Experiential.
yeah, experientially, I'm going to put you in the experience of what's
Yep.
happening. Versus a hard type, they're going to talk about what things are happening, but it's coming from creating an emotional. I recognize that I could get swept up in how I felt about the sequence of events, that they were sweeping me up in a sequence into an emotional landscape, and that I was getting, because I don't feel like I get in touch with my feelings as an 8, but I feel like heart types can put me there more so than.
So head types are going to be 5, 6, and 7. The head center kind of focuses on personality and self. It is the center of words and symbols. Head types, they struggle with fear. They get stuck in their head a lot. They're the overthinkers of the Enneagram. Anything relating to thinking, insight, meaning, narrative, framing, the lens through which we look at things, that is what the head types are kind of looking at.
The mind as a medium or substance is like all about like where our attention is and what has our attention. The mind, like most of our experience of the mind is like thinking, words, grasping, figuring out, like trying to probe. But a lot of what the mind is this sort of, as Courtney was speaking to, it's like empty or spacious. And a lot of what it does is it frames situations for us, like more than arriving at a thought or a conclusion. It's like the lens through which we see, or like having insight into something. And it's like the mind provides the frame that allows us to sort of enter into any kind of experience. Like the head center has it's like a reality making machine in a certain way.
Mhm.
I think for the head center, nothing is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything has meaning and represents something much bigger than what it is.
That's why this sounds like a joke, but it's why there's a lot of energy. Well, it's why there's a lot of energy with 6s, for example, around the concept of brainwashing, right? That your whole reality could be taken over by some other filter or.
And then finally, the gut types, body types, whatever you want to call them. These are going to be 8, 9, and 1. Hello, I'm a 9. I'm a body type. The body types are going to be focused on experiential things. They learn by doing. We are really connected to our anger. Sometimes that comes out in overt ways, like I think type 8 would be more likely to kind of explode on somebody. Or it can be more covert, like a type 1. Their anger, can come out a little more passive aggressive. The center has to do with action, will, and autonomy. So while the heart center is focused on feeling, the head center is focused on thinking, the body center is focused on doing and action. The energy there is going to be more diffuse, nonverbal. I'm sure a lot of body types like to talk, but doing is going to take more precedence over all of that. So
yeah, something that's really interesting to me that as we've been doing these calls is sort of the energetic register in my body as to like what these centers feel like. Like with the gut types, how grounded gut types can feel, and how heart types can envelop you into like an emotional field where I'm accessing my emotions more so because that's where how they're framing things. When I think of my experiences with 6s and 7s and even 5s in a weird way, ideas, the intellectual centers, it's much more quick and it's verbal, and it's whereas gut types and heart types, those guts or heart types feel liquid in the sense that emotions kind of flow, and gut types are pretty solid. And
those are the centers of intelligence. I don't want to go over every triad because there are like at least 5, but if you're looking at the symbol of the Enneagram, there are all these lines connecting them, but there are also invisible lines that connect them. We don't want to have the symbol with a bajillion lines to confuse people. So, I don't know. There's so much. There's just so much. So I'm gonna leave that there. For now, this is Enneagram Part 2. So that's that. I hope this helps. Go take a test. Let me know what your type is. Or else. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there. You guys have a good day. Be good and be good at it. And I will see you for the next one.